Happy Thursday. Welcome to Sales Process Office Hours. My name is Tamara, and I am your Thursday host here at Sales Process. How is everyone doing today? We are going to jump back in to our AI series that we're doing here in Sales Process. And last week we talked, or on Monday, sorry, not last week. Monday, we talked about how we can use the AI feature inside a sales process to create and write emails for how we can use AI feature is for SMS. So that's going to be for text message marketing. And open up the floor for anybody who has any questions. Let's get everybody in here today. Welcome, everyone. And we will jump into, I'm going to share my screen and we'll get right into our lesson today. Did anybody try out the AI feature for the email from Monday's lesson? Did anybody try that out? Did anybody have questions from using the AI feature? Any questions so far? After today's class, I'm going to just provide a little bit of a warning. We are going to get into more complicated AI trainings. Today we'll have, yes, Karen, it is nice and simple, isn't it, so far? It is going to get more complex here in a minute. So I just want to give that warning for next week. We're starting into the more complex features of AI, but really what it comes down to is how you set it up. Your AI is as good as your setup, is as good as the information that you provide to it to become a learning model, right? So that is really the key to setting up your AI features inside of High Level. So today I'm going to share my screen and we'll talk a little bit about text message marketing. And we'll talk a little bit about the area that you can use your text message marketing in. So inside of sites, we will see, or sorry, not sites, contacts. You're going to see that I just want to show you in here, when you have communication inside of your contacts area here, there are different ways that you communicate with your client, right? You can communicate with them through so many different channels. If you have your social channels integrated, like your Facebook and Instagram, you can also send out Facebook and Instagram messages through here, as long as you are, within that 24-hour period that they talk about. There's also email. And if you have a phone number in here, you can also send SMS text messages, right? Now, I don't have SMS text messaging set up in my demo account, but I can still show you how it all works, right? So inside of your marketing menu here, we're going to go up to snippets. And snippets is kind of a strange term to me to be on the menu for SMS marketing. Basically, this is where you go and you write any sort of canned email response that you want to keep on hand, that you send to people one-on-one, when maybe you're answering customer service replies or anything like that. Then this also includes an area for SMS, so you can create all of your SMS messages in here. And the reason that I like to create the SMS messages in here is because it gives you a really clear idea of what it's going to look like on the phone. And it also breaks it down into what are called segments. And that is how you are charged for your SMS text marketing, because there is an additional charge to using the text message marketing system, right? So inside of snippets, you're going to see that you have all snippets and then you have folders. I highly recommend the folder because if you're anything like we a lot of text we provide to, this starts to get to a really long list. And so use folders to help us organize things a little better. If we are talking about add a set to here, you press on the option to add an email snippet, text snippet. Is going to open for me to play one star, and this is going to be the piece of match that it's all comes down to. So what sense is the best way to it, right? I'm sending out a text message daily for a challenge, right? So I would give my name, then let's say it's a visibility challenge, right? And then day 1 SMS. And then here is where you're going to write your message. Now you can values in here so that you can personalize the message. So you click on contact, you can get their first name. And so it gives you that little custom value there. Here is your day 1 task. So you can see that over here, it's showing you what it looks like on the phone. It's also counting the characters here, and it's telling you how many segments you'll be charged for. So I'm here in this one, and it's 1 segment. Now, to break down the charges for text messaging, you get charged, 1 segment is 160 characters, unless it includes emojis. Then emojis are counted differently. So let's say I wrote this exact same sentence down here. So I'll write it again, but I'll use an emoji this time. And I'll grab an emoji. So now you can see that this was, if I cut this out, this was 69. If I add that back in, it's 128. So that emoji didn't make any difference in the segment count. It didn't make any difference in the character count, but some emojis do. So it just depends on which emoji you use. So maybe if we would have used a more popular emoji, like a laughing emoji, maybe. You can see that I only added 1 extra emoji and it jumped to 131 characters, rather than 128 characters. And it's also going to give you the approximate cost of how much it's going to cost to send this text message per text message. It gives you a breakdown. You have to remember, this is for US only. So it only shows you if you were sending this message and you were located in the US. So that's the only downfall here, because of course we have a global community here, right? So, but this does give you an idea as to what it's going to cost you. Okay. And then it gives you the opportunity to add attachments. You can add attachments. You can bring in a file using a URL link. So you can bring in a Google Drive link, Google document link. And you can also test your snippet by putting in a phone number here. And you can also add an attachment. I try to avoid adding an attachment to either snippets or emails just because spam filters will be triggered if you have an attachment. So to try to get the best deliverability possible, either use a link or put your message in just plain text here. Try to avoid at all costs adding any sort of attachment, because that will trigger your spam filters. Okay. So here is our little test snippet that we created. Now we're going to just save it. And what we can do now is if we go back to our workflows, so we're in automation, the automation menu over here. And I'm just going to go into one of my, let's just create one from scratch. We'll create an automation from scratch. And let's say I'm going to send out an SMS. So here I can choose to either grab my template that I just created, right? And then that pulls that in here. Or I can write my SMS message using the AI feature inside of the workflow. Okay. So when you're using the AI feature to write your SMS, it asks you certain questions about what do you want it to sound like? Do you want it to be casual, friendly, persuasive? All of those sort of tones that you can choose. So for this one, we'll choose friendly. And then you want to give your AI a prompt. And prompting really is the key to making your AI good, right? So you want to be specific. You want to provide it with the information that it needs. And so we're going to continue on with our theme of, say, writing out a challenge, a visibility challenge day one message. Okay, so send a day one message to all visibility challenge members with a quick task to do to get more visible on social media. Okay, so then we're going to go and we're going to click generate SMS. And here it is. It says it's using the friendly tone. It says, welcome to day one of the visibility challenge. Your quick task today is to post a short introduction about yourself on your favorite social media platform. Share what you hope to achieve during this challenge. And then you can either decide to make some modifications or you can use the message. So maybe I can say here, rewrite this message and make it sound more fun. We'll try that. So I love AI. As soon as you tell AI to have any fun, it injects emojis like like that's gonna make the message more fun. But and then it even like you can see how bad that prompt was because it's like your fun task today. So it does sound very AI. So again, this is all about prompting and getting your prompt better, but you can use this so that I don't know about you, but I can procrastinate when I am looking at a blank screen. Like if I have to sit and think about all the messages that I have to create, I can sit there and procrastinate because I don't know where to start. And so sometimes using this tool can at least help you get something down on the page and you can go, I love this, or oh my goodness, where is the edit button? Like at least it gives you somewhere to start, right? You can then jump in and go, this doesn't sound anything like me. I'm going to rewrite this or I'm going to give it a new prompt and it will prompt. You can reprompt it and it gives you that message. Okay. So let's say we love this message. We're going to go and use the message. So it then copies it right into this area here. And you can just say up here, this is day 1. Okay. So those are the 2 ways that you can pull an SMS message into a workflow. One is to create the template in the snippet area, but currently at this time, there is no AI feature in there to help you write it. The AI feature lives inside of workflows. So you have to come in here, choose the action for send SMS, and then you can use the AI feature to write your SMS message. Does anyone have any questions? Hi, Karen.
Hey, Tamara. How
How
are
are
you?
you?
Good
I'm
to
good.
see
I'm good.
you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too.
Yeah, I had two questions about this.
Yes.
First of all, you said that you can create or save all kind of messages in that snippet. Is that only about SMS or is it also for other things?
So you can save snippets of emails or SMS messages.
So, and how is that different from your email section?
So what I equate the snippet section to is like, let's say you have a canned response that you normally reply to a customer support issue over and over and over again. So rather than typing that out all the time, you can save it into that snippet section, and then you can just grab that and send that to a client in the contact area. So
Right.
if we go, I'll just save this. I'll
That's
put
what
this
I
here.
was hoping for.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's a great tool. There, we'll save that. And then I'll show you what you can do is you can come back out of here and inside of the contacts area is, so let's say I wanted to reply to, um, just send a reply. Say I had sent in a question or whatever, and I wanted to reply. So here I can click into this area here. I would give this this here. And then here what you can do is you can insert a snippet. So it's this little symbol down here. Can you see that, Karen? It's kind of hard to see, but
Yeah,
it's this little document snippet and it says insert snippet. You click on that. Whoops. Let me try to click on it higher up here. There we go. And then you can put in your search for your snippet and grab it. And then it will put in the snippet that you created so that you don't
that's
have to
great.
type out the snippet, right? And so
That's
you
so
can
good.
use this in email. and in text messaging.
Wow. So, and you can also do that for Facebook, is what I understood, right? So does that also go for LinkedIn via your personal account?
No, LinkedIn via your personal account, you can't send messages from SalesProcess.
That's what I
No.
thought.
Yeah.
It's Facebook,
The
yes,
link
right?
Facebook, and you can not to your
Instagram.
personal profile, not from your personal profile. It has to be
Okay,
from your business page. But yeah, you can do that from business pages.
clear.
So
Thank you.
yeah. Any other questions? I saw a comment come in. Oh, Jérôme, he had to leave. That's okay. No worries. Any other questions about using the AI feature inside of the workflow? It works the same way. I just want to point out too that it does work the same way for writing emails, but I'm such a fan of when you're a business, you're always sending out branded emails. And you can't create that branded email in a workflow, right? So you have to build the template, the email template first, and then pull it into the workflow. If you use the send email message in here, you can also use the AI feature though too. I just am not a fan of creating the email in here. I prefer to pull them in by the template because that way your email goes out branded. It has that branded footer on the bottom, right? That's got your logo and has all the compliance custom values to make sure that your email is compliant. It's got the unsubscribe link and all of that. If you send from here, it doesn't have any of that. And so I prefer to create it in the template area. But again, you can use this to write with AI as well. Any questions? Well, like I said, this is our last kind of like easy or easier um, session on AI. Next week, we're going to start getting into building out AI agents in your sales process account that you can use as an employee. You can build in your AI employees. You can create as many AI employees as you want. You can have an AI employee that's dedicated to being a receptionist, right? And answering any incoming communication, any appointment bookings that you might need, any appointment rescheduling or canceling. That we're going to get into all of that and building out those sorts of things. You can also build out AI agents that are customer support. So what you do to those is you attach a knowledge base to the AI agent, and they use that knowledge base and the setup that you provide to them to service customers, right? So if you have customers calling in with questions, they can answer those questions either through written response or through AI voice response. So we are going to dive into creating those AI agents and employees inside of your account starting next week. So we're done the simple stuff. We're moving on into the more complex stuff. But here's how I look at it. With how fast AI is moving in our world today, it's only going to get easier to set up AI. That's like right now, it might feel like this is a bit of a stretch technologically because there's a lot of training that goes into your AI agent. But I see it like it will only get easier to set this up. So we'll dip our toes into the more complicated stuff next week, and we'll just go slow and of course ask questions along the way. Is anybody using AI in their business right now? Do you have like an agent that you have set up, or do you have anything that you set up that you use? Okay. Yeah. That's no problem. I have seen some really cool things built out inside of sales process. We have people who are so creative. They've built out, receptionists that sound just like a human because we have voice AI inside of sales process, right? So there's this human answering the phone. It sounds very much like a person answering the phone and taking all of your calls and booking your appointments for you and rescheduling them and keeping everybody organized. It's amazing what AI can do now. So I'm excited to share it with you guys. Does anybody have any other questions about sales process outside of, yes, Karen?
Yes, please. Two small
Yes.
questions.
Yes.
Yeah. So, first of all, I'm creating a quiz, or
Okay.
let's say, like it's more of a personality, a personal growth uh, assessment.
Okay.
So, how far you are in your personal growth. So, one very simple question is, can you just, I want them to score horizontally, like whether they are like from 0 to 7, where they stand. But I don't think that option exists, right? In sales process.
Yeah. Yeah. So the quizzes, the styling of the results piece I keep bumping up against this with the builder. I know exactly what you're talking about because it's got limited styling options when it comes down to the results, right? So here, if we're editing the template, it just shows them like this, right? So they're stacked on top of one another. Or do you want to
I,
share your screen, Karen, and show us?
I cannot. I haven't done it
Okay.
yet because, but
Okay.
maybe I can. Well, I can share what I would like it to look like.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
because I've done it in another. Well, I just did it in Google. What is it? Google Forms now.
Yeah. Please
So,
share
but I
what
would
you'd
like
like
to
it.
do it in sales process, but I don't know how.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Share the screen.
Okay. This one, right? Oh, oops. Can you see it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So I would like to like have it like this so they can score like this. So have an option to have it
Ah,
horizontally.
I gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah. And so our radio buttons stack on top of each other instead of
There's just like this whole
horizontal.
list of
Yeah.
options. So it looks so like, yeah, like it's a very
Yes.
difficult test, right? Well, it's
Yeah.
actually just like, yeah.
Right. Right.
And
Yeah.
that's
I
not
see what you're
possible,
saying.
right? To have it horizontally. You can just only
Not
have it
with,
vertically.
yeah, not without using like something like CSS or something to manipulate it. You would, yeah, it's not an easy styling inside the builder. You're right. They stack on top of each other. But that's such a good point. I'm going to take a screenshot of this and I'm going to just show our development team what this looks like and see if they can create that uh,
Oh, that would be great.
feature. Yeah, I'll take it to them, Karen, and just show them and say, "Hey, we'd like it to be able to be laid out this way in without having to use code, right?" So,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Thank you for
great.
sharing that. I'll take that. I took a screenshot, so I'm going to take that to the development team and see what they say, if we
And
can
then a
have it
follow-up
like that.
question. So then they have
Yes.
scored here, right? So what
Yes.
I have now done, that's their results will immediately get into a Google Sheet where they have
Yeah.
like their scores and then they get badges because of average scores exactly. And because of that particular badge, they would get a particular
Yes.
text. So something like that. So it's immediately like that you get the results into a form like this. That doesn't exist either, right? You need to do that in automation.
Yes, you have to do it in automations. So you have to build out what you can populate the Google Sheet. You can send the results to the Google Sheet. But
Oh, you
then you're
can?
saying you want the Google Sheet sent to the client?
No,
No?
actually,
Okay.
I would like to, like, once they have their results, or let's say once they have done the test, I
Hmm.
want to automatically send them the text that belongs to their scorings.
Okay. Yeah, you would do that. So you would sort the scores in the automation, and then each branch of scores would have their own communication path. So they would get their own text message or the appropriate text message for them. Yes,
Yeah,
you would do that through automations.
yeah. And I wouldn't see like the scores of all these people populated in a sheet, right? That wouldn't be possible.
You can you can send the information to a Google Sheet using a premium workflow action. So
Okay.
it acts like a Zap. So if you've ever used Zapier or something like that, it acts like that, but it's a direct connection to your Google Sheet, and it could populate the Google Sheet there.
I am always like so, let's say, amazed that you know that all.
Oh,
How?
I I've built so I've built thousands and thousands of workflows. So I can show you, like I can show you here. I'll show you what I in a workflow you
So I
have.
stop share, right?
Yes. Can you guys see my screen? Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay. Um, so in a workflow, there is the option. I'll just go back into this one that I was in before. There are premium actions. Now, the reason I say they're premium is because if I type in here Google Sheets, you'll see that it has a little crown over here beside it. That means that there's an extra charge for it.
Oh.
So there's an additional charge, but again, it's like less than a penny for every time this fires. So just take that into consideration. And then all you would do is you could send the data to, you could say what you want it to do. Create a spreadsheet row. Like there's all these different options here. So you would choose create a spreadsheet row. You would choose the account that you wanted to hook up. You would choose which drive you wanted to hook up, and then the name of the spreadsheet. So if I was going to put it in this spreadsheet, and then you would also choose which worksheet it goes into if you had multiple worksheets, right? So you would choose that. And then you would have to tell the system what is the name of the starting column. So it would be probably be column A on your spreadsheet, or if it had a name, you could say, or it could start with this column B, and then you have to tell it which is the ending column. And then you would want to put in here what you want put into the cell that is being populated. So here you would go and you would find your custom value from your quiz. So when you create a, so it would either be through custom values or through your contacts in custom fields. So every time you build a piece of your quiz, it is classified as a custom field, right? So it would be a question from your custom field quiz. So you'd click on that, and then it would be the answer to the quiz is populated in there, and that's what they put in the Google Sheet.
And that
So
would like immediately then give all answers they gave because this, oh, yeah.
So you can decide. So custom field is going to be one question from the quiz.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be one question from the quiz. So you would have to decide if you wanted all of those questions put into all the answers put into one cell, or are you going to split that up into many cells?
Yeah, split up. So
Yeah.
then every single cell you need to like you can add it to it or
This is a bad one. Let me see if I can find a different sheet here. Okay. So then if you have a starting column and an ending column, it's going to bring up all of the columns, and then you're going to so it would be all of the questions would be a column, and you would put all of the the answer to question 1 would go in column A. The answer to question 2 would go in column B. So if I had more columns on this worksheet, it would continue on down here, and I would
I
put the
see.
answers in each one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense, but it's very complicated. So I think it
Yeah,
would take me like
it's not
a
as
lot of
intuitive
headache.
as the Google form, right? Like,
No, not at all.
no, not at all. I completely agree. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So
mhm.
yeah, probably I would need to do that later. So first do that manually. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Because I cannot really like when I have the answers from the quizzes and the badges, can I like include that in sales process? So imagine I already have like the outcome, what kind of badge this contact would get, and then send them the text that belongs to it. So
Yes.
how can I actually upload the system in such a way that that information is inside sales process? Can
So
I?
you could use a CSV file. What you would need is to ensure you had their name and their email address, and then the answers to their questions. And you would have to create custom fields inside of SalesProcess for those answers. Then you could
Okay.
map it to their contact record
Yeah, yeah,
by importing the CSV file.
yeah. That makes sense. I think probably that's easier.
Okay.
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 Yeah, I thought that was would be a very small question, but I have
Uh,
one very probably very simple one. I do have this carousel of logos of companies
yes.
that just
Yes.
like run by, with companies I have been in touch with, and I included that in my page. But
Yeah.
but you don't see it when you actually go into that link. You just
Oh,
see like what was there previously, as what Peng
when
Joon
you
put
made
in.
the when you made the change, Karen, did you make sure that you published the change? Because
Yeah, I
sometimes we'll
published.
save it.
Oh, again.
Oh, and
Mm.
sometimes we'll save the change, but we don't publish it. And so then we don't see it live on the page. So what I mean by that is if we go in here into the
Yeah,
builder,
yeah, know exactly what you mean. I
yeah, if you
just
just
did
only
it.
save
Let
it,
me see if that works. Paste. Has that solved the problem? Has that solved the problem? It has solved the problem.
oh, awesome.
Oh my gosh, that was an easy one, right?
That was nice and easy. Thank you for that one. I like to end on a win. That's awesome. Well, is there anything else I can help you guys with sales process today? No? It was great to see you. I loved our conversation. It was amazing. And next week we're diving into AI agents and all of that. So we'll get into the really good stuff about setting up your agent AI employees. So I look forward to going through that with you guys. It'll be an
Absolutely.
interesting journey. So, all right. Well, you guys take care, and I will see you guys next week. Have a great weekend.